Alright, I took a very long break between making videos and enjoyed the hell out of some welding videos and a lot of comedy, like a lot of good comedy. I'm in a very happy mood right now. The quest we are doing in the Hildebrand chain is level 50, Beneath the Mask, given to us by Hildebrand. We are in the Hustings strip or Hustings strip. I don't know how it's pronounced. I've never actually. It's like the upper middle portion of Ul'dah, but whatever. We are closest to the Chamber of Rule, Aetheryte, but anyway, here we go. Cutscene immediately. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Phillice, I thought you had already departed in your company. In the company of your men. But all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. Heads cocked from Briardian, myself, and Hildebrand. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than Hildebrand me. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why Hildebrand thought it was him. Mind you, it is not a role I sought out of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day, I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan's Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm. Until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phillice, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. He looks around. My associates here will also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Nashu, I think he's talking about. Inspector, over here! Nashu, although we know from the previous quest, waves and walks over. Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse. You see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Hildebrand thinks on this. Turns to me. Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Mercy, let us split up and canvass our surroundings. I nod to him. Quest accepted. Then I run to the north, along this hallway. A water-stained letter, which I will interact with. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned, it says. Okay. We go a little bit to the east here, and then directly to the southeast here. Another water-stained letter. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Trust no one, and your friends all the less, it says. We go a little bit more to the east, down a stairway, or down some stairs, whatever. To the southeast again, another water-stained letter, interacting, lies conspicuous on the floor. This will avail you well, use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Cutscene. behind me is Godbert, finally wearing clothes. He's got his torso is the white tuxedo with the black collar, I guess. Goes all the way down in a V. He's got a black bow tie, black short shorts, white gloves, and a white rose or flower on his left lapel. Ho ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Mercy. I was in the area on a matter of business which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Perhaps pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you? I take a step back and explain what I was doing. We were like face to face, basically. Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. He walks out of the cutscene and it ends. We'll use our sprint to get back to where we left Hildy and friends. Where we talk to Godbert to continue the quest. If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst, and yet we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Mercy. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss? We'll talk to Phillice first. Phillice, Briardian, and Nashu. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Briardian next. Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Then Nashu. Inspector Briardian told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me. We'll talk to Godbert to finish this quest. Cutscene. I explain, I guess, what I was talking to them about, and nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. We have thought bubbles from Nashu, and it says, curses, this one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. Hildebrand comes back. I question the Sultan's sworn outside. To a man they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Godbert gives a little bit of a chuckle. Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us, says Briardian. Inspector Briardian, I should hope you are not doubting me, says Hildebrand. While I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities, says Briardian. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Mercy has here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time, says Phillice. Another thought bubble. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phillice. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes, says Hildy. He walks into the middle of the group, closer to Nashu. We know that, given the chance, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Mercy here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. She does the same, clasp, hands flat together in front of her face, one leg lifted. It might have been the different leg, though. It might have been the right leg when she usually does the left. I don't remember for sure here. We'll see. Another thought bubble here. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense, if he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. I'm a Manderville, ... I will take a short little break, sorry. Definitely my last video of the night. I already can't talk. Can't talk, dude. Get some dinner after this, too. Good. I'm in half an apple scooped into cottage cheese. Slice the apple in half, get rid of the core, and then make apple slices, and then thick enough. I tend to prefer them being thick enough that I can just scoop the cottage cheese no problem. It doesn't always work out that way, but when I was growing up, apparently this was my mom's thing coming down from her family, but cottage cheese in a bowl, or maybe one of those little custard cups, I guess. I don't know what you would call them, but they're these little small glass bowls. But my grandma would make custard, my mom would make custard. How is this? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. How is this thing empty already? But as an adult, I've done that on my own here and there. But applesauce tends to have sugar. Added sugar to make it more delicious, obviously, but you can probably buy non-sugar added applesauce. But anyway, it's a delicious. I do Granny Smith apples. And I found out that I think it's called Knudsen. KNUDS something SENSON. From what I can tell, it's sold mostly from Kroger or Albertsons, wherever you happen to live. It's different. I like that one the best. If I can't get a hold of that, the Kroger the Kroger generic brand. It's Kroger, but is better, and there's second best, and then a distant third is the Walmart, Better Foods. It's just the Better Foods brand of cottage cheese is just it's more watery. It's not good. So your scoops aren't as they don't stick together as well. Anyway, I'm a Manderville, ... Everybody takes a step, it's man, says Nashu. Thank you. Doing what only a Manderville, ... can, she says, in her perky. From the peaks of Corthus to Thanolin, Manderville. Man, you're the best, Inspector, she says, jumping up and down in glee. A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, indubitably the true Nashu. She turns away from them. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. It's thought bubble, not her actual voice. Nashu, is something the matter? She turns back to him. He walks a step closer. Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... Genius Inspector? Both Briardian and Hildebrand were taken aback by this. Like, she has never admonished him before. She's always been very, very peppy about him, I guess. Cutscene fades to black. And we're back to everybody looking at her. Briardian takes a couple steps slowly toward her. The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Nashu looks to the left toward me, I guess. And Briardian gives me a nod. I nod back. I throw the dust at Nashu. And she transforms into like a red-haired Ellie? Miss Ellie, you look different. You look somehow different, says Hildebrand. She gets a smirk on her face. Cutscene goes black. And beneath the mask is complete. We'll see if there's an extra cutscene before I... Yep. So, the quest is complete. The video is complete. I will see you probably tomorrow for the follow-up. But bye-bye for now.